I should be visible here now, or in a moment. All right. Anyway, so what I was doing is that I was in my kitchen and I was making myself a cup of coffee. This one right here, in my Batman coffee mug, and I was singing to myself, as I often do. And it was weird, as it often is. Wait, cancel. Don't delete it. I don't want to delete it. I probably should. But, okay. And this is.
Alright, okay, alright, okay. Hey, baby. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay.
This is the whole thing.
Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. Hey, baby. Okay, alright.
So anyway,
okay, alright, okay.
so I felt like that had a groovy little groove to it in its own weird way. So I started playing on the electric piano, the electrified piano here. What's my volume situation anyway? Let's see, how's it going here? All right. Well, I guess we're okay. Everything seems to be set to 0. I think maybe I'm just going deaf. It seems kind of quiet to me. All right. So that became. So actually, see, I'll show you. I was cheating a bit. Well, not cheating. I was recording this before I started the live stream. So what I did was I was actually recording a show. I made a backup of my piano track, but I'm going to do it again. But this is the general idea that came out of that little cell phone thing. This was okay, alright, okay, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, something like that, right? Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, hey baby, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. So that's what that was, right? So let's see if we could play it again. It was a little choppy the first time anyway. I just always, when I get the first little inspiration, I'll make sure I record that take, because sometimes it might be the only good one, you know. So I keep it, because again, I can always whip off another guitar track. I'm comfortable with that. But every other instrument, when I get inspiration, I don't throw it away. All right. Okay then, because I'm not as good on MSD. The obvious implication there. Accurate and obvious. All right, so what I want to do is not mute any. I want to mute the original guy there. Oh, you can't see my screen, but you can see my hands here. Oh, no, you can see the screen. What am I thinking? Losing my mind. Whatever. All right, so I mute the piano I did, and then just see if we can do it. It's like this. It was like. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's what it was. And then I changed it up a little bit. That's right there. I think that was the ending. So let's just try it. I don't know what it's gonna sound like. Sloppy, it seems like. Okay. Close. See, I'm missing something cool there. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's not. I don't know if it's right. Let's see what the two sound like. They're both sloppy. We'll concede that. But this is the first one that I recorded prior to broadcast. Oh, I got the little pre-roll thing on here. Turn that off. Let's say it's very sloppy, actually. Maybe my new one's better. I think my new one is better. All right, let's try it. I think the new one's a lot funkier. baby. That's good. That's the new one. All right, back up and go back to the farm, back to wherever you backed up to. I didn't make it there. That's cool. I was afraid I wasn't going to do the new one as well as the first one, so I backed up the first one. But the new one is clearly better. So, rock and roll. I mean, it's sloppy and stuff, but there are moments where I think, do I want to spend an hour trying to play a difficult little piano bass line over and over again when I could just take what I've got, fix it, and then move on and put other instruments on it. And I think I might be at that point now because it's not so bad. Let's listen to it. And think drums. Beatbox it. And then that whole part, like, repeat a couple times and then go to like a chorus or a bridge or whatever, depending on how far into the song we are. I mean, this whole thing's not very long, right? It's like 8 bars. Yeah, this whole thing's only 8 bars. So it goes like twice, right? And then we go into like, and I already have another part. So that's pretty clean. It's got to get cleaned up a little bit at the end and tightened up on all the note beginnings there, right? So let's go to like probably 8 notes here, right? I'm just not that fast that I play faster than 8 notes on really anything. Hi-hats occasionally, maybe guitar once in a while when I'm pretending. All right, but 8th is pretty much my speed. See now, like, that should actually stretch out a little bit, right? Right, there you go. Stretch that out too. Yeah, see, like, I like that, the bounce off the short note and then the long note, That's cool. All right, see, that's funky right there. I think that's pretty fun. That doesn't have to change. That's cool. How is that only like, that's only, it's crazy. It's like 4 bars. Seems because it's slow. That's why. Because it's a very slow tempo. It's like 95 beats per minute or something. That's why. And that's why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 6. That doesn't make any sense either. That doesn't make a bit of sense. That's because our grid's all goofy. Let's put it on bar. See, there you go. There you go. What? There you go. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 bars. And then you got, and then the 4 bar, because the 4th bar like hangs on that D for a long time. So let's see. I think that's what it's doing. 3, 4, boom. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so that's the first 4 of the 8 bar thing. And they're different somehow. Let's find out, shall we? Or maybe they're not different. Who can tell? Let's see. We probably got to go back to 8 notes because it probably does a little intro C there, right? Right there. Probably even 16th note maybe there, right? Or I'm like, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So I'm starting on the C. I thought I was like starting before. The C was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the C is okay. Well, that's cool. I thought I was doing something else. I think I was when I was in my head. I was doing something else. In my head, I was wearing a hat. That's a joke. All right. Well, we'll see. see how this works out. We might have to shift the whole thing over by like a 16th note or 8th note, where so it starts on the D. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, so do I want that though? I don't know. I gotta think about that. Maybe it's cool. Okay. I think it just needs to go kind of hang there, right? Like that. Let's try that. It's got to go up there, right? Yeah. Let's see that now. Okay, baby. That's pretty groovy. Oop, a little fart there. That's a technical term. Thank you. All right, and that all seems like so much longer than 8 bars, but again, it's a very slow tempo. I think that's groovy. All right, let's go back to the beat now, huh? Or there is no beat. That's the problem. There's no beat to go back to. Can we cheat here and get a little loop-de-loop somewhere just to kind of give us something to work with for a while? What is my tempo? 95 beats per minute. So I have, I do this a lot because I'm, while I'm working on something, like right now, right? I have a choice where I could play a beat and work on the drums for the next hour, right? Which is cool, especially if I started on the drums, that's cool. Or if I've already got a track and I want to craft the drums around the track, that's cool too. But right now, all I have is this loose little idea with electric piano that I really kind of have to continue developing. But I want a beat behind it because I don't have one. So, you can't see here. Oh, you can see. What am I talking about? Well, I don't know if you need to see this now. Although, no, you can't even hear it. Why? All right. I'm assuming you can hear things. I can test it over here. Let's see. Where's my volume here? I don't even know. All right. I think it does work. I'm assuming you can hear things. All right, and then what if I do this? Where's my piano? I got you. I'm creating an echo sort of on purpose. Let's see if it works. I think it does work. All right, and then what if I do this? Yeah, here we go. And this will be done in a minute. I got you creating an echo. Okay, there we go. See, that's all. That's a very long delay. What I was waiting for there is I have a little iPad over here. Oh, not kind of a little iPad. It's just a regular old iPad. It's not little. It's not kind of. It's just an iPad. It's right there. And I just got it kind of going on the screen so I could see that the stream is still working. It's my monitor, as you might say. It's bright ass. There we go. Make me look even paler than I am. All right. So what we're doing here is I started with I was making coffee, this coffee, in my kitchen, which is right downstairs, immediately below where I'm sitting now. And I was singing to myself because I'm weird.
Okay, alright, okay, hey baby. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay.
The clanking you hear is me feeding the cats. All right, so there you go. There was that. That's the whole idea. And with that little circular thing, it turned into a bass line in my head. And I played that bass line, See, now, okay, I gotta get rid of the click. But anyway, right here on the. Okay, hey baby. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. That's the whole thing, right? Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. Hey baby. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. I screw around with it a little bit there, and I'll probably change it, and I'll probably play it on real bass and or in addition to or in place of. But right now, as I write the song, this works just fine. So, I mean, where do I have a water? I don't have a glass of water around. I have a cold coffee. All right. So what I want to do before I add like a little chorus part here, a little break, a little bridge, what do you want to, and whatever it ends up being, like I'll probably, like I said, probably put a bass guitar on there playing a do do do, and we'll turn into a groove, go into a me and the band, you know, turn it into a little groove, and then jam out a little bit, and then go into whatever chorus I write right now, which I kind of have written in my head up here where I'm wearing a hat. So that's an inside joke, me and my kid. It's funny. It's not really. It's just I'm weird, and that's the joke. That's the joke. Dad's weird. All right, let's see here. What we're gonna do is see if I got a drum loop, because I just want a beat behind me while I play it, other than the click track, because click track sucks. Import audio. No offense to the makers of the click track, it's a valuable tool, but I'd rather hear a loop of a drummer playing a beat while I groove around on my groovy groove here, you know. So what I have is this library of beats and such. I don't use them much anymore on my. Well, I use them a lot on like the trip hop stuff I did, and I use them on some of the older, like the Bob Smith solo stuff, like Reason for Swimming and stuff. I like laid out whole drum parts with like these you can see, like if I had I think you can see my screen. Yeah. So if I had a song that's 100 beats per minute, and with a shuffle beat, right, I could take and like use all these parts to like kind of map out the drums on the whole song. That's how I did my album Reason for Swimming, which is like 20 years ago. It's like 2006 I did that. And I don't do that kind of thing too much anymore, because I usually just play the drums on pads, you know. But I like keeping these beats and stuff around, because sometimes if I'm doing remixes or something, or I'm just doing a fun. On my new album, I got a couple songs with loops, like intentionally, because it's just fun. So, I do it once in a while. And right now, I'm just going to do it because I'm being lazy and I want a drum beat while I mess around with this tune. And I don't have 95 beat. I got 93 and 96. And then I got to like speed it up and slow it down. What a pain in the neck. I know what I can do. Let's see what it is. I got it. So watch this. This is pretty neat. So we'll get I just want to get any beat. I don't want it to be fancy. That's not very funky, but it kind of fits the groove, sorta. But let's see what else. That's a little funkier, see? It's kind of busy, a little busier than what I normally would do. So it's like I didn't like the first one because it was too mellow, and that's more of my speed, really. Well, maybe I should branch out a little bit. So that's what I'll do. I'm just like looking for. I'm not looking for the final beat of this song. I'm looking for a little groove to play along with while I play other tracks, right? All right. So let's see what. I don't want to fill. So I think probably that right there. Chorus, alt. All right. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna add the clip. I don't have to convert it. So anyways, I'm taking, and I know it's 96 beats per minute, right? But my song is, I think, 95. So what am I going to do? I will show you. So I'm going to say done. I'm going to bring that in. I'll say new track. So that is now my little loop there is its own track somewhere along the way, right? Somewhere down here, right there. So first thing I want to do, I'll turn this guy into elastic audio, and that's like Pro Tools allows you to turn it, basically digitize. Well, it's all digitized, right? But it's somehow the way it measures the samples or whatever. It treats the audio like MIDI, and then it can like kind of move it around and such, and change the tempo. Primarily, I use it for changing the tempo when I gotta change the tempo. When I want to change the tempo, it's handy because what I mean is that I can set this elastic audio, right? And I set this is drum beat, so it's rhythmic. So basically, what you do is you change this right here, whatever this setting is. This you're either choosing samples or ticks, and you're telling Pro Tools how to treat the track somehow, I suppose. And so I say ticks, and that makes it treats it like I said, like MIDI. And then I got to tell it what kind of audio it is, whether it's polyphonic, like chords, like guitar or piano, rhythmic, which is what I have, a drum beat, or monophonic would be. Bass doesn't, like a live bass guitar, it doesn't work well with this. If I start changing the tempo on a live bass guitar with elastic audio, it tends to add these weird squealy noises. So I don't really do it. I'll just retract the bass, Maybe it's because I picked the wrong setting. I would assume monophonic, but I've tried both polyphonic and monophonic. And in both cases, bass gets funky if you change the tempo. That's my observation. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this is no-brainers rhythmic. I don't know what the other Verispeed and Elastic Pro, I don't know what they mean. They frighten me, and I stay away from them. Rhythmic it is. All right, so now the thing is, I've got a beat that's 96 beats per minute, right? I didn't want to do that. See, I did that wrong. I'm going to undo what I just did. No, don't do that. What am I doing? I'm so dumb. Stop it. Okay. We're going to go back to samples, right? Why are you like this? What is that thing? Don't do what I do at all. All right, none. So what I want to do, I don't want that to be elastic audio yet, because I'm going to change the tempo of the whole song, but I don't want the drum beat to change yet, right? So I'm going to change the tempo of the whole tune. And you got to make sure with Pro Tools too that you're like up at the top here, like you see where it's like, where it says location 1100. Pro Tools is just like, I don't know, it's because I don't really ever understand where I am. But Pro Tools will just like jump into the middle of the tune. It drives me nuts. So anyway, I got to make sure that it's at the right place. So I got to call him back in 2 seconds. Go there. So I just changed, what did I change? I didn't change the tempo. I'm a dumbass. All right, so I want to change it to 96. I'm changing the bass line there to match the drum loop tempo. 96. Now I can set this, or I can just leave it at 96, right? But I'm going to set this to ticks and go to rhythmic, and then I can just like duplicate this, right? It'll all line up. It's all going to line up. Let's see what it does. Except I should have started in a different place. Hold on. Hold, please. Let's do this. Just slide the whole thing over like that. And then go boom. Turn that click off. Okay. Calm down, drums. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, news at 11. That's good enough for now. There we go. That's my little session for the afternoon. Adios.